What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Cardano. Right now we're sitting at 38 cents. What I want to do, guys, is kind of piggyback off the last video that we were looking at when Cardano got extremely low here of the wallets that were in the money. We were down around 5-6%, guys. And what we talk about is how the boat can flip really fast when you get to those low numbers. So that's what we're keeping an eye on here today. I want to piggyback off that video a little bit, and we're going to dive into this. If you like Cardano, if you still think it's undervalued and it's one of your favorites in the longer term, put Cardano down low, ADA, and we'll dig into this. So guys, first of all, I want to start here in the global in and out of the money. So right now we have 36.10% of addresses that are in the money. That's 1.61 million. In terms of out of the money right now, we are looking at 60%. So this is starting to balance out a little bit more here. We're still definitely undervalued here in terms of the in the money. We were so low in the last video, guys, like we were talking about 4 to 6%, I believe, in that range was in the money. So we have got that boat to flip now. And what we want to do is take a look at the next resistance levels for Cardano as it's continuing its march up here. So when we're taking a look at global in and out of the money, I like to use this as support and resistance. So we're going to go to volume, and the next major area for Cardano, the average price is going to be 43.5 cents. So that's the main overhead resistance area that I would keep an eye on. Total volume at that place is going to be 3.37 billion Cardano. Now support, if we're not able to hold right around this 37.5 cents, we would be looking back to around 35 cents. So right in this range, guys, first it's going to be 37.4, and there's going to be 4.78 billion Cardano total volume at that area. If that's breached, then we would look down to that 35 cent range. But what I really like to see out of the global in and out of the money, these balls here have gotten much bigger. If we take a look here, we have 5.58 billion Cardano total volume, and that's going to be at 32 cents. And then we have 6.14 billion, and that's going to be at 28 cents. And before the boat flipped, we did not have these here at all. They were really small like this one here. So it's nice to see that we are getting some defense in those areas right there. So really keep an eye on those areas, the support and resistance. The next one I want to take a look at here was the bulls and the bears. So a bull is an address that about more than 1% of the volume traded in the last 24 hours. A bear is going to be the opposite. So when we're taking a look at this here, guys, right now, last 7-day totals, we have 199 bulls and 201 bears. So we do have to keep an eye on this as well, that the bears are winning right now. We're going to have to see if the bulls step that back up, but it still is pretty close here overall. Next one I want to take a look at for us, we're going to get into our network stats. Have a few good ones I want to show you here. So this is going to be daily active addresses, and this is going to be in the last 7 days here. So in blue, we're going to have new addresses, and that's going to be the blue line. I'm actually going to get price off here for you just so you can see, and that's going to be up 15.87%. The next one's going to be our green line, and this is going to be our active addresses. They're up 5.90%. And then if we take a look in orange, our zero balance addresses, that is up 15.78%. Overall total addresses, we're looking at 4.46 million. Still just up and to the right here. We'd still like to see a little bit more strength in that area, just moving back to the upside. So we're going to watch that. Overall time that the token is held is a really good one as well that I like to look at. And this has been creeping up, guys. It's creeped up about 2 months here. We're at 10.9. And before, when I was looking at this over the summer, it was around 9 months. So it is nice to see that the holding time is starting to increase for us there. The next one we wanted to take a look at was our ownership stats. And this is going to break down our whales, our investors, and our retail. So for the whales, we have 3 whales. They hold 2.93 billion Cardano, and that's 8.47%. And then here for investors, we have 164, and they hold about 9 billion Cardano there. You can see it 25.79%. But what I really like here, guys, is the retail volume. This is much closer to Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin's is still higher than Cardano's, but in terms of just the overall retail and the community behind it, 65.74% is actually really good. We're holding 22.72 billion Cardano right there. So I do like to see that big support. The community behind Cardano is something that I really like as well. And then I wanted to point out this stat as well for you guys right here, just so you can kind of see where you want to get to. So if you want to get to the area of 100 to 1,000 ADA or ADA, you'd be in a group of 1.26 million addresses. Next one's going to be 1,000 to 10,000. And let me know down below, guys, if you want to, like where you're at. Are you trying to get into the 1,000 to 10,000 group? Are you in the 100 to 1,000? I would always love to hear what you guys are trying to get into. And that's why I'm just trying to show you this here so you can kind of map it out and say, hey, I want to be in this group. So the 1,000 to 10,000 is going to be 707,000 addresses. Then from 10,000 to 100,000, you're going to be looking at 160,000. So getting much smaller there. And then the 100,000 crew up to that million, you're looking at 21.7 thousand addresses there. So I think it's really cool to look at this stuff, guys. You know, could Cardano continue to run up a little higher? Absolutely. I wouldn't necessarily chase at this levels if you don't have a position. I would wait for some of those big support levels that we were talking about in the global in and out of the money. But I do still think in the longer term going into the next bull market, Cardano is undervalued, and it's one of my favorites going into it. If you haven't checked out the top 5 video yet, I put that out. Check it out, guys, about a couple weeks ago. Hopefully you like it. God bless each and every one of you. Take care. Be safe.